A Texas lawmaker has introduced a bill in the House of Representatives to block federal funding for state or local governments that create laws that pay reparations for slavery. Now, H.R. 4321 was introduced by five-term U.S. Representative Brian Babin on June 23rd. He said American taxpayers shouldn't be forced to pay for radical race-based reparation payments to please the woke left. That's what he told Fox News. Now, they say the bill has 13 co-sponsors, including other Texas Republicans in the House, and it would prohibit the federal government from providing financial assistance or bailouts to states or local communities, and municipalities approving reparation laws. He said, my bill ensures that government entities enacting reparation laws based on race, ethnicity, national origin, or slavery cannot receive federal bailouts. They say the bill comes several months after Representative Sheila Jackson Lee, a Democrat, representing the Houston area district, introduced Bill H.R. 484, Commission of Slavery, to study and develop reparation proposals for Black Americans. Jackson Lee introduced the bill on January 9th. They said the Hill has stalled on pulling the trigger on reparations for decades. Now, Babin's bill also comes as California has finalized a proposal for reparations for Black residents. Evanston, Illinois, has already paid some money to residents with its restorative housing fund. They say the fund allocates $25,000 worth of housing improvements, mortgage assistance, or down payments to Black residents who lived in Evanston between 1919 and 1969. I say cities like San Francisco and Providence, Rhode Island, are considering redress for Black residents. San Francisco has discussed $5 million one-time cash payments for residents, while Providence is considering grant funding instead of direct cash payments. Now, they say the Texas Republicans, they say, aren't the only ones blocking reparations efforts. They say an Oklahoma judge threw out a lawsuit, as they filed on behalf of the surviving members of the Tulsa race massacre on July 7th. And we definitely covered that and extensively on our podcast. If you're not on our podcast, the Phil Scott podcast, make sure you go over there. We're discussing all these relevant things in great detail. Now, I say in 1921, as you know, more than 300 Black Americans were murdered as a white mob burned down their neighborhood in Greenwood over a false allegation from a white woman. They say a lawsuit for reparations was filed on behalf of three surviving victims in 2020, but Judge Caroline Wall dismissed the lawsuit with prejudice last Friday. They say no action has been taken on H.R. 4321, but it's been referred to the House Committee, they say, on Oversight and Accountability. Well, let me say something about that. For them to actually go out and try to file a bill to stop the federal government from funding any city or state that would pay reparations lets you know that reparations is becoming more of a reality than something distant. When I was in a barbershop today, we were discussing reparations and just the different things the Democrat Party itself has done, and saying why they should move a lot faster. If not, they don't move, it don't matter. We're going to continue to fight for reparations. Because my barber was like, I don't know, we can get it. I said, you know what? I said, just like I tell everybody, at one point in time on the plantation, people said the exact same thing. I don't know, we'll get off the plantation, but we got off. When we was going through Jim Crow, there were people that said at that time, I don't know if we'll ever get out of Jim Crow. This is going to be life for us. But there were people that believed and fought, and we got out of Jim Crow. And I say the final frontier for Black America is reparations. And it's on us to fight and finish the work of our ancestors to make us completely whole. The ball is in our court now. It don't matter what bill they propose. It doesn't matter. The fact is, when we keep the pressure on, when we're laser focused on lineage-based reparations, because see, we're not talking about reparations for race. That's where we already know you can't do nothing with race. The California Reparations Commission and the constitutional scholars said you can't do it on race because they'll easily overturn it. You got to do it on lineage. So no, you can present race all you want. You can present national origin and whatever else all you want. It's lineage. And one thing is not in his bill is lineage. So it's not going to go far anyway, so I'm not really worried about it like that. But for the fact that you're so concerned that you've trying to put up a bill to stop reparations, you're not going to stop it. It's going to happen. It's going to happen, and you're going to pay it, and you're going to be happy to pay it because it'll give you a greater standing in the world, because there's going to be certain events coming down the pipe that's going to make America look so bad that they're going to have to do something drastic to change their standing in the world. And their greatest thing that they can do, that the ace in the hole for them, is to pay reparations. That's all the only thing they can do at this point to turn around global opinion. Because this country right now, a lot of people don't favor this country. They're trying to get alternative currencies and everything. So they got to eventually down the line do something. Them importing people from the third world and all that, that's not going to make them look good. But paying reparations to black Americans, that'll make them look real good before the world. Because China, every chance they get, they talking about how they treating black people. I always said, black people is America's Achilles heel. Until they do right by us, we will always be a thorn in their side. But let me know what y'all think about this and what's going on. Like, to me, I look at this as a good thing. They're scared. They're scared that we actually gonna get it. And that means we are gonna get it when they this scared.